All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to be testing out the turn signal high beam switch. That is the one on the left. It's on the right side because the assembly is facing the opposite direction. But we're going to give this a test. We're going to test each one of these for continuity to make sure that our plug is all wired up correctly and appropriately, and we'll just go from there. So currently I have this is my little circuit for turning the momentary switch for the high beams into a toggle switch. So that's currently wired up. We're going to test that out first, just because it requires the power source, but let's give it a go. So once we flip it, we should see a light turn on green here to mean that this is actually triggered the toggle switch. And then we should hear the beep from the multimeter that shows that the continuity is held until we turn it, until we disengage. So remember, it's a push, right? When you're in the car. So let's give that a try. Let's give it a push. Okay, so there is our light that our toggle is on. There is our multimeter that has continuity. So we'll turn that off. I do want to test because you can see it is very interesting. It seems like it's a very flippant type of switch. So I'm going to work on that, but this little board is actually mounted to the assembly, and that's good because it's tucked away, it's behind it, but you can see that momentary switch now works like a toggle switch. Okay, so let's test the next function. We're going to take this red alligator clip off of that one, and I'm actually going to unplug this for now because I don't need that. This strictly is for your high beams. So now we're going to take this, we're going to plug it into the blue, or we're going to clasp the blue one. Now the blue is for one of your turn signals. I don't remember which one, but you'll notice that there's two wires going into this. That's because, remember, your turn signal, you can just tap it down, kind of like whoop, or you can pull it down, which engages it. So let's try down. Okay, so we see when it's all the way down, it triggers, it holds it on. And if we just lightly pull it down, it engages. So that we know that turn signal works perfectly. So we'll remember that this is our left turn signal. Let's go with the let's go with the gray. I believe gray is, for the sake of this is our right turn signal. So we're going to lift up. So we'll just do a light up. Okay, that works. Then we're going to pull it all the way up. We're going to hold it up. Okay, that works. And finally, we're going to take this off because remember, they all share the same ground. And we're going to plug this into my brown wire here, which for the sake of this is actually my flash to pass. So that is, remember, when you pull your high beams forward, it's just a quick little blip, and that flashed your high beams. Again, we should get a continuity as long as I'm holding it or when I just do a tap. And we have continuity there. So at this point, this is all wired up correctly. I can seal up these heat shrinks. I'm going to put this into the actual connector. And what I decided to do is I actually got a male connector that mimics the housing on the multi-switch, and that will allow me to not have to repin any connector inside of the car. It will just be a plug and play. So if you look here, here is my multi-switch housing. Here is my this is what the car harness would plug into. So this is the switch. This is the connector. I bought an extra female connector. This is what would be in your car, and you can see it slides right in. That means it's the correct connector. Well, if I wanted to mimic that on my housing here, this is the corresponding male connector. So if you see it's the same one, it slides right in. Okay, so once I wire all of these into this, that's going to allow me to plug my dash harness right into this, and this will be plug and play right in the car. All right, well, that's it for this one. So we know we now have this stock working. So next we're going to be working on the wiper switch. All right, I'll catch you in the next one.